Hey, and welcome to another Take 3 reaction. Everyone else from Take 3 is away doing Take 3 secret squirrel business, so it's just me and Cody today. Cody, how's it going, and who do you have for this match?
We've pretty much locked everyone out on Take 3, and it's just us. So that's what's happening. Tonight is a fun match. I love this tournament. I love everything this season so far. So I'm really excited, especially with this matchup. I'm gonna have to go with JTE and Lon Harris just because of the pedigree of both competitors that are part of that team. Even though, gosh, I would be totally fine with busting my bracket completely up if Wildberries pull off the win, because gosh, they are there's a reason they are. I'm glad they stayed together as a team, because they're so much fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've got JT and Lon Harris as well, this is one of those cases in which that if Wildberries win, then just about everyone's bracket is busted except one person that's in the summit competition who decided to go for the upset and pick Wildberries over.
Ooh.
So
I wonder who that was, but
it was it wasn't anyone from Take 3 anyway. It was Peter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he has the faith in it, and I wish I had the guts to pick that too, but I don't.
I mean, I was tempted to go for it, but yeah.
I mean, Lon Harris was in probably the match of the year, and also JTH is a defending, lost only 2 times as a team champion. So yeah, they'll have to get him drunk before the match for them to have a shot.
But yeah, anyway, you're not here to listen to us talk about the Schmoedown. That's what the summit is for. We're going to start the match in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and play.
So I was like, yeah, Christian, of course you can't tear the Wildberries apart. You stick your arm in that bush, you're going to get degloved. Yeah. It's going to be skin and blood.
It's berries that are wild. They will attack any body part put inside of a bush, especially during a team tournament called Anarchy. The only thing that is anarchist about this whole thing is the Wildberries.
Yeah, so I told him, you want ratings? You want merch sales?
You want t-shirts all over the...
You might want to... Hey, boys.
Hey,
hi.
Rick.
Hi, Ricky. It's been a little...
I know we didn't leave on the greatest of terms, and you know, I had to find my way.
I'm perfectly happy where I am right now. Thank you.
You know what? I'm perfectly happy with where you're at now too.
Oh, thanks, man.
I've been watching you guys from the sidelines. I left Bibiani. You know, he wasn't doing so great.
Oh, it didn't work out.
Turns out he's doing okay now, but you know, my opinions have changed about you too. I like the way you guys work together, and I got one thing to say.
What's it?
Yes! And you can boss me around. Tell me to do whatever you want. I'm on your side.
How about you start by getting that beer bong? We got a fucking match to fight.
Beer bong incoming, boys.
Fan-freaking-tastic. Well done with that.
Wildberries, they're known as entertainers, and now they're also known as winners. They started out 0-2. Nobody ever gave them a shot to win a match. They were just kind of fun at parties.
You got the Wildberries and the real rejects about to go head-to-head.
You see the red, the white, the blue. I'm wearing this because we play for the common man.
And your winners!
Yes.
Kingsman. Look out, Kingsman. We're coming for you.
We have a winner by way of TKO! Wildberries!
That is true.
Schmoedown Team Tournament 2018. The theme is
anarchy.
The Wildberries are still together. They're still together. Ooh, the professor.
Oh,
Lon Harris.
Lon Harris coming in strong this season.
Lon Harris. No. What? JTE.
Actually, I think they're 2-2 because they had 2 losses.
Right, yeah.
Showed with that match against Ethan how much he knows. A match against Cody Hall that was also equally impressive. And JTE, who has coming off of 2 straight losses in teams, and they're going to be going up against the Wildberries.
Gosh, I love that jacket, and I'm not a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, but that's a nice jacket.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the movie trivia Schmoedown.
It's one of my favorite
alongside
combo at the
Ken, the
commentary
afternoon
desk.
podcast from Self-Knapsack. I am Mark Baby Carrots Ellison. Ken, I welcome them to the Schmoedown. I should have welcomed them back to pure anarchy because we are in the midst of the tournament now. What a matchup we have today between one team that managed to stay together versus a brand new squad called the Evil Geniuses.
I am excited to see both of these teams. I have no idea which way this will go. You have two teams here, kind of, I mean, I don't want to say opposite, but, I mean, one's a library, one's a frat party. That's what this is. The Wildberries, I don't even know how they managed to stay together. I thought the Anarchy was tossing things all asunder, and here these guys, a little bit of that Makuga luck comes into play, and he draws a name, and it's his buddy. It's amazing that happened.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Kalinowski obviously has his fingerprints all over this tournament, and it was a shock, and maybe that was part of that Josh Makuga magic that we've seen rear its ugly head time and time again, dating all the way back to 1972's Immaculate Reception, permeating through his marriage to someone way out of his league, and now he gets to remain partners, and not just that, he has a manager now in Ricky Elliott, who I think maybe could take the Wildberries to the next level, and if not that,
Ricky, take him to the next level. Relax.
Who's former friends with Elliot Dewberry. It's interesting he's back in the picture and kind of adapting to their style a little bit. Hayberg was at times a little more quiet, more reserved. He was working with Bibiani and all those guys, and now he's here. And if Elliot and Ricky are back together doing that like predator handshake thing, that's even more power.
When ETC was together,
Did you say Ricky Hayberg?
They were pretty good.
Yeah.
Sounds like a nice young man. I would love to meet him. When you look at the Evil Geniuses, you're right. At least one of them is the polar opposite of the Wildberries. The Wildberries laugh at a raunchy comedy like Animal House, whereas you imagine that Professor Lon Harris sits at home and enjoys a quiet evening with Frasier and his many cats. His teammate, however, JTE, a guy no stranger to not only the white-hot spotlight of the Schmoedown, but the playoff format in general that we've done here for a number of years now, and even winning some playoffs, having a belt around his waist.
Here's the thing. I know the Knights of Ken and some of my stuff has maybe taken me away from working with JT, but let me tell you something right now. He is one of the greatest champions of all time. He has proven this time and time again. He's coming here. He and Schneider are a Hall of Fame team. They could never compete again, and we would enshrine them tomorrow.
So
that's how good they were, and JT, time and time again, kept proving he was a force in that team. And Lon Harris, the professor, this is a guy who spends his Friday nights reading Hitchcock scripts with some brandy. Just
the Wildberries gave Mark Ellis that
the words, they jump off the page. Like, this is that type of guy. And these two together, it's like a vacuum at a bus station. I don't know how it's going to work.
We're about to find out what that metaphor is all about. We're also going to hear from the competitors pre-match right now.
Greetings, my students. It is I, the professor, returning after a long sabbatical to once more compete, this time in the team division. Very excited to be in a new layer of this Schmoedown casserole.
Dude, I don't understand a word you said. Listen, I am not just your partner. I am an ex-champion, okay?
A distinguished colleague, a fellow faculty member.
Yeah, I went to college. What does that have to do with it?
Like a disease. You can't get rid of the Wildberries.
It doesn't matter if it's a tournament or a non-tournament. We stick together. The energy that is the Wildberries shall not be defeated.
It's not just about competing. It is about educating the Schmoedown. It's about raising up young minds.
Blah, blah, blah. All right, study your mouth a little bit here. The main fact is, rude. I am an ex-champion for a year and a half. You have the book smarts, and your little pipe and all that, but I have the street smarts. And the streets is where you win championships. I'm like Lionheart, man, Van Damme in it.
Rest your voices. You need them for answering trivia. Come on. Listen, you're facing Lon. You're facing JTE. The baby geniuses. Pathetic. Let me ask you something. Who's got more to lose?
Them.
I give Makuga some credit. I faced this guy before. He's not a pushover. He has a little, I think it's a little bit of an act to be like, oh, I'm a crazy wild man. But honestly, when it comes down to it, at times he knows his shit.
Now, are they both actual professional horticulturalists?
I don't think they love horror movies. I don't think that's their strength at all.
I think it's time for the baby geniuses to get a big old spanking and go home with a soiled little diaper.
Courtesy of eating some raw Wildberries.
Yep.
Bad for your stomach.
They are very, very spicy.
I think it's going to be a productive and enriching series of matches that we're going to embark on.
You remind me of my second stepdad. This is the worst. Let's just go win this match.
It's time to get crazy! It's time to pump up those numbers! No, I don't know the movie that quote is from, but these guys do, and they're gonna show you right now!
It's time for the Wildberries!
Wildberries! Now let's get drunk and win some trivia!
What is happening? This is chaos.
All right, Will, can you see that? The Wildberries up to their usual antics, being very
Just
loud.
from the
and
promos,
Nice to
JT
see
and Lon
Ricky
has
come in
probably
there
our
and
new
restore
favorite
some semblance
combo.
of order, but then really get into the
Oh my
Wildberry
gosh,
spirit
this is
himself.
probably the best
And I was not
start
aware
to
that they
a
had
match
T-shirts
before
for
anybody's
sale.
answered a
Thanks for letting
question.
us know,
I
gentlemen.
thought
When you look at the
Viviana's
Evil
nose was
Geniuses,
great,
I
but
see that
that
chemistry
is
working
so good.
right away. They may not understand each other's references when it's time to just have a conversation, but I think when they get up on the desk, it's all about chemistry. I have a weird feeling they're going to do great in that department.
It's interesting to see these two. Well, on one hand, you have opposites attract, perhaps with Lon and JT, and then you have like-minded fools competing together here. That promo from the Wildberries is going to be used in classes by police departments to encourage minors to drink less. It is that kind of a promo. And the other, JT, he's
Absolutely.
been here before. You can
That's
kind of see in
insane.
his face. He's just ready to compete.
Well, I know the Wildberries are great at chugging alcohol. The Evil Genius is great at smelling it before they have a sip. Ken, what is some tail of the tape strengths?
Tail of the tape. Let's start with the Wildberries, a known entity. Their strengths include, well, I think comic book movies, action adventure, new releases, and of course, Bad Boys 2. It's not necessarily a specific category, but at any point, Makuga will start reciting that movie.
It is not a wedge on the wheel. Don't worry, everybody at home.
All right, and for the Evil Geniuses, JTE, Little Evil himself, and the Professor, strengths include Oscars, new releases as well, comic book movies, Sylvester Stallone, not even movies, just Sylvester Stallone himself, and lecturing the masses.
That sounds really good. And Ken, it's about to get really loud here on the set, so I will just quietly remind everybody, hey, check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Select which tier is right for you. Support the show if you have some bucks to give. Ken, I feel pretty prepared. Are you ready to go?
I think it's time.
Then it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown!
Schmoedown time.
Next up, the lead singer of Foghat 87 to 89 will be introducing the competitors. Ken, without further ado.
Alrighty then, here we go. 3 rounds to a finish. Introducing first, with their record of 2 wins and 2 defeats, representing beer gardens and dance floors everywhere, accompanied to the arena by their manager, Ricky Haber.
I like this music.
Josh, the Wild Mad Makuga, and Elliot, the Mountain Dewberry, the Wild Berry.
Aren't they technically the favorite?
Coors Light, some boxed wine, and their manager, Ricky Haber.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's because they're the only one that actually has a record.
Right. Look at this.
Wow. Unbelievable.
There's some discrepancy as to what Josh Makuga is drinking, so I'm not sure.
What's he? Oh!
Ken, he is, I believe, going to attempt to use a beer funnel to chug some very cheap wine. Here we go.
Wow. He did it.
Thank
he did it.
Goodness, it was not the whole
bottle. Wow. Okay.
The Wildberries are seated. Elliot with his customary
Their
case
blood
of Coors Light.
alcohol
Josh
levels
Makuga with
probably
his customary
past
Roberto
legal limit at
Clemente
this
from
point.
Tuxedo.
They're going to answer questions.
Indeed.
It's terrible.
All right, indeed. Their opponents, making their debut as a team, representing high class, the Professor Lon Harris, and
I appreciate
the
this
team
music.
champion of the world, Little Evil, JTE, the Evil Geniuses.
Professor.
This. Professor.
To a lot of booze. The Professor.
They don't seem to be. Oh, look at that.
JTE Dutch.
Look at that. He's been hitting the gym.
So gently out of the way.
Professor.
The professor.
They don't seem on the same. I'll tell you what, they
What are
don't
they
seem
holding
on
up?
the same page.
I couldn't see what they're holding
I
up.
don't know what he said there, but yeah, they're definitely not on the same page.
This league's embrace of hooliganism truly shameful.
Take the pipe out of your mouth. We can't hear you.
I find what's interesting is
I will not.
I guaranteed pre-show that I think that they would have a lot of chemistry. JT pushing Lon Harris out of the way to milk in the booth.
I'm surprised Lon didn't bring Ash's syllabus with him like he did against Cody Ho.
Into the match, you gotta wonder about that. Well, you don't have
He's
to wonder
probably
about
had
any
students
longer.
like the Wildberries. They don't follow syllabuses very well.
8 questions are asked to the field. These questions come from 8 different corners of the movie Trivia Schmoedown Galaxy. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing available in round number 1. Keep in mind this is the team format, but you may not rely on your teammate to help you with the answers in round 1. This is an individual exercise. All points that you earn will be added to your team's total. However, I will remind each competitor and each team of your 3 team usages of the JTE rule throughout the match. Yes, it was named after JT because he used it to delay so he could think of a correct answer. You can also use it for its proper iteration if you didn't hear a question correctly. You guys can also each use 1 challenge per team anytime throughout the 3 rounds of the match. I will go to the Wildberries first. Are you ready to compete?
Fuck yeah.
Look, do it!
All right, and the Evil Geniuses?
They were writing throughout your entire presentation, Mr.
I know the rules.
Then let's get ready to
I know the rules.
3 rounds to the finish.
Give the crowd what they want, Ken. Give them easy questions that these guys don't know.
All right, we will do our best, although I will warn Josh McCouga, the questions have already been written.
Don't know how they
before
will
the taping of
work.
this
These
episode.
questions they don't know.
Galisku's been working for days.
Yeah.
It's not his last name, Chris
Well,
Galiski.
well-
Wrote the first question in the vein of
I mean, it depends on what
action,
movies they
adventure.
are, I suppose.
Action adventure, and your question is, who directed 1996's Mission Impossible?
Oh,
Right?
You know, with entrances like that, you just want to get the match underway.
Wow, I'm already exhausted. 5, 4,
I'm blanking.
2, 1. Looking for answers.
I
Starting.
remember some of the directors, but not that one.
Is it Joe Carnahan?
No, sir.
All right.
Good
JT.
action guess.
Brian De Palma.
That is correct.
I thought it was
that sounds
McTeague.
about right.
Very-
Nothing.
It was the great auteur Brian De Palma.
Alrighty
This
then.
is starting off hot. Hey, before this gets out of hand, you guys can go to tpublic.com. Pick up our T-shirts. Ricky's wearing them right now. They're fantastic. A poly blend of cotton and love,
Yeah.
right in
you
there.
know, he's such a bright. Makes John and Deb McCouga so proud. every
Thanks.
time he talks.
You guys can-
Second question comes in the category of movie release dates. Movie release dates.
Nobody likes this category.
Scott Mance loves it. Ken, continue.
Mance isn't here.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure was released in what year?
Josh McCouga's father, very esteemed Honda salesman. Josh McCouga himself sells T-shirts.
That's right. 5,
I think
4,
that's right.
3, 2, and 1. JTE.
1985?
1989.
Incorrect, sir. Elliot.
1985
That
was
is
I
correct.
had.
Yeah!
Lon Harris.
I said 1984.
Off by a year. McCouga.
1989, but we got
The year of my birth.
They're on the board, Ken,
There
and
you
the crowd
go.
seems to love it. All right. We
I'll
move
tell you
on
what,
to the world
messed
of
up
dramas.
my
Dramas,
message
your
to
next
Brooklyn on the top of my
question.
board.
What 2010 film follows a poor teen searching for her drug-dealing father amongst the criminal underbelly of the rural Ozarks community in order to keep her family intact?
Well, that just sounds depressing.
No clue.
Scribbling away here. Lon is
scribbling,
writing
confusion.
something.
We're going to go to
You got it.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 pens down. Go to
Elliot.
I know it's not Cold Mountain.
It's definitely not.
How about Winter's
I
Bone?
don't know if this is I think it's correct.
Makuga.
Winter's Bone.
What, you just named part of the question. All right.
Jennifer
JT.
Lawrence, I believe.
All right, they're up 4-2.
That's what I thought about it, but
Ken,
I
it
haven't
is
seen
now 4-1 Evil Genius.
I haven't
You gotta
seen
wonder
it.
if Lon
That
is
was
the
an
professor
indie movie.
will
I'm
penalize
pretty sure she
JT
was
for not
nominated
using
for
an
an Oscar
apostrophe.
for that
That's
movie.
right. Yeah, I like how
remember reading
Makuga's trying to
that
make
in
people
the-
think he just doesn't watch the Pirates series from 1991 over again. All right, fourth question. Comes in the category of 80s movies. 80s movies. So movies in a decade when I was already 41. Which actor played Marty's father, George McFly, in Back to the Future?
Oh, that's
Back to the Future. You know what?
You're writing.
I believe in time travel.
As do I.
Yeah, I'm not even here now.
4, YouTube evidence. 3, 2, 1. We go to Lon Harris.
Crispin Glover.
A fine actor, also
Yeah,
director of
Crispin
some
Glover.
esteemed art films. It's Crispin Glover.
That is
All right.
correct. Josh McCoogie, did you have it?
Yes, Crispin Isotoner Glover.
He got it right.
Dan
with
Marino,
it.
shout out, extra point. No, okay.
Can I give extra
JT.
credit? But we do go to JT.
Crispin Glover.
All right, they take a 6-2 lead. Elliot.
Crispin Glover.
That's right. All right, they keep pace. They keep pace. The Wildberries keep pace.
All right, we move on to the world of fantasy science fiction.
Not
Fantasy
my strength.
sci-fi. Your question is,
That's JT's entire life.
Sigourney Weaver has played Ellen Ripley in how many
Ooh,
Alien
that's
films?
a good question.
You know that scene where the alien comes out of his stomach? That is inspired by me going to Chipotle.
As is the mouth coming out of the other mouth.
Yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looking for your answer, starting with Josh.
4?
2.
Incorrect, sir. JT.
I'm guessing
That is
5.
correct. Elliot.
4.
We got it. Lon Harris.
Yes.
It is 4.
All right, look at that.
I was gonna say 2 times
All
2
right.
is 4. I don't like movies with scary shit.
She was only in 2 good ones.
Yeah.
There was 2 good ones.
All right, all right.
But well done on knowing arithmetic.
Caveat to that. Never mind.
I mean, Elliot's not wrong.
Podcast later. All right. Question 6 comes in the
Very good.
category of comedies. Comedies. Robin Williams and Nathan Lane star together in what 1996 comedy?
I cannot wait to watch that clip over and over again of Josh McCouga inaccurately saying 2, but sounding correct.
I think I've had this question something before.
4, 3, 2.
It's one of underrated comedies.
Answers starting with JT.
I love it.
Birdcage.
Birdcage.
That is correct, sir.
It is the
You
birdcage.
have it.
Le Birdcage.
That's
La Cage aux Folles.
I was going to say the French version, but it's the Birdcage.
That's
That's
right.
what Alex Trebek would have done.
Look at that.
He got it.
All right.
The Birdcage.
All right. All
Move
right.
on to horror thriller.
Hold on. Hold on.
JT has a question.
Yes.
I once lost a point because I didn't write the thing.
Okay. Do you want to use a challenge, JTE?
What do you think, Lon?
Don't waste the challenge on that.
I don't feel like we're gonna need our challenge, so I'm gonna go ahead and challenge it because the thing, the birdcage.
Okay, the challenge
I
has
just
been
put
issued. We will
Birdcage,
be
so
right
I
back
would
with
be
our
wrong as
result
well.
after consulting with the judges.
I mean, there isn't another
I don't
movie
think it's a
just.
correct challenge, but
No.
they could rule in favor of the thing.
All right, we are back, and after consulting with a number of judges up here at the answer desk, we have determined
A
that
lot of judges.
because there is not a movie called Birdcage, then we can accept Birdcage as the answer for the Birdcage. And the Wildberries do get the point.
Yeah.
And the
Fair
Evil
enough.
Geniuses lose their challenge for the rest of the match, Ken. That
Wow.
could factor in
The
as
old
much as the Evil
Patriots
Geniuses
way
don't want
comes
to
through
admit
with
it,
the challenge.
as we now move
Yep.
on to your
We
7th
also
question
evil
I mean, I
babies.
wouldn't.
in round number
I
1.
wouldn't.
comes
I mean,
from
I
the world
wouldn't
of
have based
horror
the
thriller.
challenge on
Josh,
something
close
as
your eyes.
trivial as
Who
that.
stars as Ross Jennings, a doctor with a strong fear of spiders in 1990s Arachnophobia?
Watch this movie! Yes! Dun, dun, dun,
I
dun,
am
dun,
more
dun,
afraid
dun, 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 dun.
Snakes and
Spiders!
for the record.
I've got a feeling Josh McCouga
that
knows
okay?
this.
5, 4,
RB3's
3,
proud.
No
2,
way. I've
1.
never
Pens
seen it.
down. We go to Elliot Dewberry.
This movie is a big blind spot in my memory right now, so I put nothing.
He put nothing.
All
and
right.
thus no point. Lon Harris.
It is Jeff Daniels.
That is correct.
That's
11-6. Makuga, Jeff
Jeff
Daniels.
Daniel.
Hey, they keep pace.
JTE.
Jeff Daniels.
All right.
Okay.
Jeff
It's
Daniels.
not L.
surprised that
If you just wrote Jeff Daniel,
didn't
we're
write
gonna bust
Jeff
you.
Daniels,
Listen,
you know?
you got one.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, the only one that I knew
Final
was in that
question
movie
in this
wasn't
first round.
was John
Mercifully
Goodman.
ending it.
All right, here we go. The category is animated. Animated, like Makuga's wardrobe. 1978's Watership Down portrays the surprisingly violent world of what kind of animal as they try to find a new home?
Is that a real question or one that you just made up extemporaneously?
I thought I just had a fever dream, to be honest with you there.
I've not heard of that movie.
5, 4,
I've never even
3,
heard of this.
2, 1. Looking for
Really?
answers. Pens down. Pens down.
No.
Look for answers with Lon Harris.
I believe they are rabbits.
That is correct.
Okay, he's seen
Josh
them.
It's a
Makuga.
very bleak
I
movie
wanted to
about
write
bunny
seals,
rabbits.
but then I wrote whales, but it kind of looks like Thors.
A lot of wet whores running around.
Hey, JT.
I'm pretty sure if I would watch
You
that
got
as
it.
a child, I would have
Elliot,
had
did you have
You
it?
sure it wasn't hamsters?
Oh, yeah,
We'll look at
that's
it.
true. I mean,
Some long-haired
it's got the
hamsters.
reputation as being one of the
First
saddest
Ken, the evil
animated
geniuses
movies out there.
have managed to double
I'm
the
waiting
score
for,
of the
like,
Wildberries in round one, but make
Dumbo
no mistake, the
question,
home
and
viewer,
they put out
Wildberries are
Watership
not out
Down.
of this match. Other teams might be when confronted with the knowledge that
Right.
JT and Lon respectively have showed, but the Wildberries have been up against the wall many times. They always seem to fight back. Will they do the same as we head into round number 2?
It's tough to say because we're taping
By the way,
this now
everybody,
at 7
my board
p.m.
said Brooklyn
Makuga's been
sucks,
drinking from 10
'cause he's
a.m.
not here.
Sometimes
And
you
he
have to wonder
does.
how he does in the second round.
We just don't know if that alcohol helps or hurts, but we're about to find out, and so is the wheel, because we are here for round number 2. This
My
is
favorite
where
round.
teammates can consult with one another on each and every question asked.
Yep.
They're going to hear a series of questions that correspond to some sort of movie trivia category. That category is determined by the wheel of fate/justice, perhaps doom. You get 10 categories on there, as well as the fan favorite spinner's choice and the every teammate decides opponent's choice. Each question in round number 2 is worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice, at which point we will give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. I'm sure the professor is very familiar with the multiple choice format given his years of teaching students. And we are also going to remind you challenging is available for one team and stealing is available for both teams, because the evil geniuses enjoy a 14-7 advantage over their drunken
night.
berries
That's a
counterparts. You guys can
pretty
either
big
spin
lead.
first or defer to the berries.
We'll be going first.
Okay.
JT, it looks like he's got a plane to catch, man, or he's driving someone to a bus station. I don't know
That's
what's going
Tom
on with him. He
Brady.
He's focused. Look at that spin.
Tom Brady.
He had a
focus.
weird back.
He
it was
spun
like,
from the peg.
It was like
He
watching
spun from the
Cody
peg.
Hall bowl when he does the flip
A
thing.
little
That's what he did
kickback
there.
and then a little
Yeah.
wrist spin.
JT
When
really
Christian not
fills out
there,
that
you
jersey
break
with
the
a-
rules.
Cody Hall once bowled a 320 game. Game.
Cody Hall has
They gave
managed
it-
to
Yes.
break
No!
many bowling leagues ultimate
New
records.
releases.
New releases. What do they think?
JT's not even consulting with Lon.
No, I'm talking to him right now. Hold on.
Okay. I thought he was walking
Is this
back
legal?
there.
Ricky challenge this
Three
convergence
Justice
conversation.
favorites
No.
consort with one another.
We're going to need a decision here. They're going to
spinning
spin again. They're going to spin again.
Sorry for yelling into the
So
mic,
first-
Copster.
We had
Oh,
to
don't
go
spin
on
for
the
the parent
teacher
Cody.
conference.
Parent-teacher
releases.
conference, indeed.
They could be, you know,
shame,
blockbusters. They
shame.
could be small indie releases. It really is a mixed bag of films that have recently appeared here in the United
Yep.
States or indeed around the world.
JT wearing his
JT.
Tom Brady dad bod jersey.
Customary
Going good.
Adidas hat backwards.
That's right.
Looking like it is coming close.
Is it going to be opponent's choice, Cal?
Opponent's choice. Wow.
They just did get 80.
Satisfactory.
Satisfactory.
And Ken,
Well, I would have
before you
been
get to
curious
your
to see what the
6 questions
Wildberries
in
would
world
have
of
given
80s
them
movies,
if they
I'll
got
remind everybody
opponent's
out there that
choice.
There is a sponsored slice out here on this wheel, and it is from sports. It is sports. So, had
Yeah,
JT
that's a
spun
tough
sports,
wheel.
Both the Wildberries do spin sports.
Yeah.
Probably
They decide
Will
to keep
Smith.
it. We will announce that paper.
All right, here you
Yeah, I
go.
think
6
the Wildberries
questions
look
coming in the
Will
category of
Smith.
80s movies. 80s movies. They seem pretty confident. Let's go with question number 1. In Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, what is the name of Bill and Ted's band?
We'd be
Wild
wild
Stallions.
That is correct for 2 points there. 2 points.
Yeah, kid, spell it. W-Y.
All right. Second question out of 6. Who portrays Dalton's love interest, Dr. Clay, in Roadhouse?
Where's Matt Kearns when you need him?
I was trying to go through it there.
Great all-American film.
That's right. 5, 4, 3,
No
2,
clue.
1. Need an
Multiple
answer.
choice.
Oh,
can't remember her last name.
All right. It is A, Kelly Lynch. B, Lori Petty. C.
A, Kelly Lynch.
That's correct for a point.
All
Right, for a point. Be aware of that countdown. Be aware of
This
that
kid
countdown.
calls himself a Swayze fan.
I
you know.
cannot remember her last name.
All right. It's,
She's a doctor. for
JT wants to
Christ's
get that
She
shirt.
is.
All right. Third question out of 6.
In the
Third
mo-
question
in the
out of 6. Who directed The Big Chill?
It's Lawrence Kasdan.
That is right. 2 more points.
Not a bad screenwriter right here.
Well, put that on your thing with
We
me.
could really go
and
for a Tanya Harding right
Watership
about
Down.
now, everybody. That means take them out at the knees. All right,
Good,
Bills.
encouraging
Key to that is to not
violence
announce it in
here.
advance
Right.
publicly.
Well,
All right. Fourth question. In History of the World, Part 1, who plays a slave by the name of Josephus?
Josephus.
I believe it is Gregory Hines.
That is correct. 2 points.
Jesus
no matter how I said it.
The Evil Geniuses have tap danced their way to a 21-7 advantage, and they still have a question remaining.
I'd like to really gauge the room right now in disappointment that the Wildberries are getting gypped. And I know it. I can see it's a fix.
All right.
Your point has been
Ricky!
duly noted.
Fifth question.
We fixed it by knowing a lot more about movies. It's totally unfair.
Who plays Robert Carradine's best friend Lewis in 1984's Revenge of the Nerds? That held up well.
The remake.
They're debating there.
Not multiple choice. I'm not
All
100% sure it was last.
A. Robert Downey Jr. B. Anthony Edwards. C. Eric Stoltz. D.
I've
Jeremy
got a
Piven.
feeling it might be Robert Downey Jr.
All right, that is correct for a point. Anthony Edwards.
All right, last question in round 2 for the Evil Geniuses.
so you
Can
guys
they
are
can
aware,
pile
nobody's
on
clapping
even
for you.
further and really put the wild?
aware.
I'm aware.
We're aware.
You guys.
Here we go. This actress played the party girl Jules Van Patten in 1985's St. Elmo's Fire.
Demi Moore, I believe, was in that. I don't
We're
think
going
she's
to
the
say
answer.
Demi Moore.
That's correct for 2 more points. 8-1.
Look at Malcolm killing it.
The Evil Geniuses, like St. Elmo's Fire, soaring higher and higher, and now it is all up to the Wildberries. I don't think they like that reference.
They don't
Ken.
like it.
I enjoyed it, as did some members of my family. Now we go to the Wildberries, who may be knee-deep in a case of Coors Light. Now they need to give that wheel its best spin that they've ever given it, because they find themselves in quite a pickle.
No.
Whoa, look at that spin.
That is a beefy spin.
Spins away. Spins away.
Dewberry.
Come on.
That was a good spin.
If this lands on opponent's choice, JTE sold his soul to the
10
devil
years
for the
later.
chance at championships of every legend of the Schmoedown.
Elliot,
It's not fair, and I don't like
combination
him.
of praying and masturbating with that
Oh,
hand
for
gesture.
fart's sake, they got it.
Coming.
Is it opponent's choice? No, it's not. Ken, it is Thrillers. And Josh McCouga may want to stay away from that category. Can he
Do
talk
you
his
know it?
teammate into spinning again?
They're going to spin again. Ricky says, give him a spin again.
Taking a different approach that time.
Gentle spin, gentle spin, gentle spin, gentle
More
spin,
of a praying
gentle spin,
mantis.
gentle spin, gentle spin, gentle spin, gentle spin, gentle. Come on, Will Smith. Come on, Will Smith.
It's not going to be opponent's choice. I don't have to worry about that, but it could be Kevin Smith movies.
That's it. Kevin Smith.
Movie.
I mean, Kevin Smith could be good for them, though.
Films.
Yeah. It could be really bad, though, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones like,
The
I think Will Smith,
If I can ask you for the entertainment value, how
either one of the
confident
Smiths,
do
they
you
both
feel in
got
your Kevin Smith
movies that
spin?
they both really know.
I'm
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Kevin Smith
I
movies,
got
so I would say
4.5.
4 or 5.
You're going to need a lot more than 4.5 points if you want to make it into round 3.
Hey, thanks, Mom. Appreciate you.
You get 6 questions in round number 1, young man. Your first one. Who was Bruce Willis's co-lead in the Kevin Smith-directed action comedy Cop Out?
that is
Tracy
Kevin
Morgan.
Hart, I think.
no, that's Tracy Morgan.
McCouga. Popping in there.
2 points.
All right, your next question. In the world of Kevin Smith movies, who played Dante Hicks in the film Clerks?
Yeah, that's
I think that's
Multiple
um,
multiple choice.
We can provide that. Is it A, Brian O'Halloran, B, Scott Mosier, C,
Brian
Jason Mewes,
O'Halloran.
or D,
Yeah,
Jeff
Brian.
Anderson?
because Jason Mewes was
O'Halloran?
Jay.
1 point for the Wildberries. They are negotiating their way around the Kevin Smith wheel. I'll remind everybody at home they need 4 more points to ensure themselves of getting into round 3 unless the Evil Geniuses can foster a steal. Your next question. Michael Rooker stars as an evil father in which Kevin Smith film?
That would be Mallrats.
That's
2 more points.
Look at that. They're almost safe. Almost safe.
Your next question for Kevin Smith films. In the 1999 film Dogma, what kind of creature was Salma Hayek's Serendipity?
I haven't seen this in so long.
I just haven't seen Kevin Smith stuff.
5.
It's a blind spot in my trivia.
3.
Multiple choice.
I can provide that. Is it A, angel, B, muse, C, seraphim, or D, Golgothan?
I'm going to go with Golgothan.
That is incorrect for the Steel Evil Geniuses.
That'd be Muse.
Oh,
That is
right.
correct.
Got it there.
Oh, who does she embody? I thought you saw, like, summon.
And it is now 13 points.
The monster that comes out of the poop.
That is the Golgothan shit demon, but that,
I believe that is the Golgothan shit demon, but that is not Salma Hayek's Serendipity. She was the muse. Your next question?
5th one.
What is the name of the store in Clerks?
Oh, for fart's sake.
All right. Not confident there.
I mean,
There. Go to
Mini-Mart?
5.
So we'd have to go multiple
3.
choice and then get the 2-pointer.
Is it A, movie, B, quick stop, C, speedway, or
I
D,
think
one
it's
stop?
Quick Stop because movies was
It
the
is quick stop for
further
1
base.
point.
Oh,
We
gosh.
can't win.
They
So
can't go to
they-
multiple choice.
This is some horse manure.
Ken,
No.
it might come down to this, because if they miss this question, or even only able to get 1 point out of it, they're not going to make it to round 3. Let's say
In Clerks 2.
Or
we're
One
here all
person-
season, guys. All season.
All right.
Don't you
Here-
worry about it. Those T-shirts don't not go on sale ever.
All right.
That was a double negative.
I'm not so sure about that. Here's your last question in
Oh,
round
no.
number 2 to go to round 3. Who played Miri in Zack and Miri Make a Porno?
That would be Elizabeth
Oh,
Banks.
that's
Wow,
those are things.
Wow.
We are going to
How
round
was
number
that?
3.
We're going to round 3.
The Wildberries are
Unthinkable.
very excited about that. Ken and I not enthused about this development here on the
No,
desk, but we will be the professionals that
Christmas,
we
can they
aspire
come
to be
back
and
on 10
announce
points?
round number
You're
3.
stuck with us
That's
for
right.
one
10
more
point
round, Mark.
plus?
Yeah.
Round number 3.
How about you quit being a jerk about things and like us as people?
I like Ben Makuga
Shut
as a
up,
person.
Sturgeon.
Yeah.
Your questions
I
will
like
come
Ben
from
Makuga.
you in a matter of speaking. We need 3 numbers that range from 1 to 20 that you as teammates can determine which ones they are. They all correspond to a different movie trivia category up here. Your first question is worth 2 points, your next one 3 points, and your last one worth 5 points. I will point out to the Wildberries they need to get each and every question correct in round 3 to continue it and force the hand of the Evil Geniuses. Otherwise, Ken, we will be in a technical knockout situation.
Right.
However, we get the Evil Geniuses numbers first from 1 to 20. Which ones would you prefer?
JT, it's tough to count
we'll
above
go-
12, but
we'll go
good luck.
7, 11, and 19.
I just heard 7-Eleven. Is there something else after
yes,
that?
they said
19.
19.
That was for you, Ken.
All
That was
right.
for
They
you.
Meat for
did
a
not
snack,
say
hashtag
big
it.
bite afterwards.
Meat
Have you
for a
drug
snack.
tested that pipe
Meat for a snack.
for PEDs?
All right.
And now we go to the
And
Wild.
these-
Icarus situation
All
over
he
here.
does is
Wildberries.
PhD.
Wildberries, we need your numbers.
3,
9.
Look at that.
multiples.
Whoa. Wow.
I love the look on Josh McCouga's face where all he was thinking is don't say 7, 11, or 19.
Yep.
He did it correctly, and I'm proud of my friend.
Yep.
All right.
Ken Knapsack will be administering the questions to the Wildberries. So without further ado, your 2-point question comes
Good. I want
from
to talk
what
to Ken.
category,
I'm tired of Mark.
All righty. You chose
Thanks
the
for the
number 3,
3.
which is Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington. All right.
Which
Yeah, I'll take
competitor
it.
is going to...
Who's going to be
Elliot's going
taking
to take it.
Elliot is going to take this.
Okay, this is for Elliot
And watch
Elliot
Makuga get
only.
horror or something.
Okay, so we're changing real quick. Can we do that?
As long as they've not read the question, you
Yep.
may change.
All right.
Okay.
Makuga's going to take it.
Makuga's going to take it.
Can we challenge?
All right.
Shut up.
All right.
Thank-
Love you, Lon. You're a great guy.
2-point question in Denzel Washington. Name 2 films that have starred Denzel Washington and have been directed by Spike Lee.
That is Malcolm X, and he got game.
And we'll give him 20 seconds.
Oh no!
Switcheroo.
I don't even.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right, Josh.
Makuga,
Are
he has the extra
he got
5-second
game?
advantage
Yeah.
here.
He got game.
So,
Okay.
go to 5, 4, 3.
Can I get repeat the question?
All right, one JT rule down there. Name
Oh
2 films
my
that star
God.
Denzel Washington and have been directed by Spike Lee.
We're going to be down to 15 seconds.
I'm telling you, I don't know Spike Lee movies that well. I really don't.
5, 4,
Oh, the one he won that
2,
should have won the Oscar for.
1.
Repeat the
Yeah, I mean,
All right, he got it
it's
in
one of
there.
those
One
things
left.
like-
Name 2
It's
films
the
that
most
star Denzel
iconic
Washington
snuff.
and have been directed
Oh,
by
yeah.
Spike Lee.
I mean, it's got a great name in it as well, but
All right. He got game and do that.
I mean, it's one of those things if you don't know Spike Lee movies that well, sometimes you can struggle with it.
That's what we were looking
I
for,
just
and the
love
Wildberries have fallen to the mighty brain power of the evil geniuses, the Wildberries, and entertaining match as always.
King
We kid them,
Booker.
but we love their entertaining presence here on the desk, and they got
Because,
some
I
correct
was just
answers,
playing,
not enough to compete
2K19
with what I think
before
could be a new
There
superpower
you
here
go.
emerging in Anarchy, Ken.
Absolutely. Victory by TKO, which means I can get
That's
to
a
a reservation
strong
in Jersey
team.
Mike subs.
It's
gonna
just
be a
now
good
up in
Friday
the
night
air
for
about
me.
Do not
I'll
need a
tell you what.
reservation there. You do not need a reservation there.
Yeah, although from
We
what
moved
I've
to Jen Sturgeon,
heard
who
is
has
he's
an
out
interview
of
with the
hospital
winner and the
now,
loser.
so
Take it away, Jen.
Okay, that's good.
Josh, Elliot, Wildberries.
Sad berries.
You know what? Just take it away, guys.
We're just destroyed berries. This was going to be our tournament.
The baby geniuses are men geniuses. I'll give them that. This was a setup.
I just love how he just goes to get a
Was a
bottle
setup
of
by
pizza
the
wine.
Schmoedown Industrial Complex to take down
Ricky,
the one asset they had that wasn't part of the swamp.
Here's the thing. They spun 80s. These questions, they were so easy. Even I was on the sideline saying, I know those. This was handed to the other team. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Because nobody gets the cheers that you guys get. Nobody has the fan base that you guys have. Nobody is selling beautiful t-shirts like this on TeePublic like you guys do. We have a lot to look forward to this year from the Wildberries, so don't go anywhere. They're coming back with a vengeance.
This season has only just begun. People, if you write us off now, you will have your own words served to you on a plate with the meat of a crow.
Elliot, you're out of the tournament.
Can you
Shit. Shit.
Just
Fuck.
buy our
Well,
shirts
that's it then.
Just buy our shirts at Team LA. Wow, man.
Well, this ain't the last you see of the Wildberries, all right?
Well, that was a shit show. We're back with your winners, Evil Geniuses, Lon, JTE. That was a really impressive performance, considering that was the first time you guys have ever teamed up. How are you feeling right now?
I mean, obviously, I think we feel very good. I think we feel like we're doing what we set out to do, which is to educate the league and to sort of raise up some of these other competitors.
Yeah, you know, going into this, Vilanowski, he's straight vanilla, what I always call him. He tried doing this to corrupt people and make, you know what corruption means. I don't have a great grasp on it. But basically...
The state or art of being corrupt.
There you go. So basically he was trying to make these teams to make him available to get to the belt. I think he might have created maybe another championship run here. I really feel like we have a chance to go to the top. You know, I went to summer school every year, and I did okay. But maybe there is something to this whole studying and writing and spelling and stuff.
I mean, despite his questionable appearance, Joshua definitely does seem to have a master on some of the basic elements of film history.
Do you guys think you are that good, or were the Wildberries just that Wildberries?
A little bit of column A, a little column B. They're not great, but Makuga, like I said, he could really step up sometimes, but he did kind of fail in that last one there.
I feel like if Mr. Makuga and Mr. Berry had maybe done a little bit more of their coursework, maybe gotten 8 hours of sleep the night before, maybe drank a little bit of water to stay hydrated, they might have performed a little bit better on the day of the exam.
Okay, so now you've competed with both Lon and Snyder. I gotta ask, sorry to make this weird for you, who do you prefer?
I prefer the person who's not going to walk out on me, so I'm going to go ahead here with the professor. Listen, Snyder turned his back against me and Tom, and Tom is a genius, much like you, but in a totally different way. So yeah, I definitely I feel like we got a chance to win the title here and maybe hold it for more than a year and a half.
Right, well, congratulations again, guys. Look forward to seeing what you do in the tournament.
Thank you, Jen.
He's a potato.
Well, you see that there, Ken. I mean, obviously the Wildberries want everybody to know out there they can check out TeePublic and get one of their T-shirts. Sure. Thank you for that. We haven't seen the last of the Wildberries. I don't think they're ever going to go away, much as we try to call the Orkin Man every 6 months. And as far as the Evil Geniuses go, you look at the Professor, you look at JT, Little Evil, maybe not the most natural team-up I've ever seen, but that's not what Anarchy's all about, and they're proving it so far in the tournament.
Kind of an Oscar Felix type of vibe to this team. We'll see where that takes them there.
The guy that I've expected the Wildberries to just walk out into the shop and just try and sell
water. They are a sideshow. At times, they are a titan of the game. You know, Josh McCouga's luck, sometimes it takes him into the victory circle. It didn't there today.
Yeah, you got to wonder how much we could have extended this match if Elliott had taken the Denzel Washington question. That was originally Josh said to won it last second, and didn't work out for them this time. And that is Ken Knapsack. Follow him on Twitter at Ken Knapsack. I am merely at Mark Ellis Live. And you guys can check out the Schmoedown Rundown as well as the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you real soon around these parts here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. You don't need a reservation for Jersey Mike.
How's it going, guys? If you didn't know about the Patreon, you guys have a chance to support the Schmoedown. Now, myself, Mark Ellis, we've taken over the production. Basically, you guys have 16 years to choose from. We're trying to give back to the fans. Go and check it out right there. If you want to support the Schmoedown by becoming a patron today, go ahead and do it. Cannot thank you guys enough for all the support you've given us. And, yeah, there's some really crazy tiers in there. I'd love to get your opinions on it. Now, go enjoy the match. Go, do it. It's a good match, for God's sakes.
Well, that will be it.
Well, that was a fun match that we had. Cody, what was your thoughts on the match?
Again, I think it was probably one of the funnier matches that we've had. I thought Matt Nose and Bibiani were really great at it. But with you pairing both of them up, and I think Lon and JTE's chemistry between each other and the lack thereof, like their playoff that they don't like each other, is perfect for the Schmoedown. And I don't remember where I had them going out in my tournament. I think I had them going to at least the finals of the one side. I think I picked Snyder and Draco, but now I kind of wish that I might have switched that up a little bit because I think they may actually really go far in this. So, yeah, I thought it was a great match. I enjoyed it. I kind of expected it. Lon and them just to burst in front of the lead, especially if they don't. The Wildberries doesn't get a question. Their real strength. They could have done okay, but yeah, it was an uphill battle for them today.
Yeah, no, I had the same thoughts. Like the match itself was entertaining, and I mean, it was one of those things. Keeping the Wildberries together is like you're going to get a loud match on one side, and depending on who you put against them, it could be a very uneven match, which is kind of what this one was. But I mean, it's one of those ones like the Wildberries are there to sell T-shirts. I mean, they said a lot of times they don't really care too much about the trivia. They just want to sell T-shirts, and they're having fun, and it's what matters. But Lon Harris and JTE versus McGreeny and Brienne is going to be a very hard battle. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens. Anyway, you can hear all of our thoughts on this on the summit. Cody, where can people find you online?
You can find me at Cody Newberry on Facebook. You can find me here on Take 3. Again, they still let me be on these things and have shows, so watch me while it lasts. But on Wednesdays, we're doing Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man, so that's going to be really fun to revisit, see if it still holds up as much as some people like it. I know I really did love it. I haven't seen it in a little bit, but Thursdays, you can watch me on Late Night with Take 3. I may be missing this one, but I'll be on the other ones. But yeah, catch us out there. And you can find me running Full Metal Geek on Full Metal Trivia. Starting the match should be going up this Friday. And you can sometimes find me on Rankum on Sundays, especially this week, as the grumpy old man in the corner that argues with everybody's choice besides my own.
And you can find me on Take 3 hosting Rankum. And we have a fun month here. We've got it's a month long of horror stuff in celebration of Halloween. We've got movies that take place on Halloween coming up this week with Stephen King adaptations the past Sunday. You can also find me competing in movie trivia of various places on Full Metal and Multiplex. On Multiplex, I've got a sports Battlefield match against Caleb Cahoe coming up. I've got a couple of fandom matches coming up as well. You can also find me on Twitter, Letterboxd, and Stardust at Melkor. But until next time, take care.